Hello everyone and welcome back to today's video. So today we are doing a country house manor type building and we're doing it here in Brindleton Bay, but it would probably look just as good in Henford or Bagley as well, because that is where I intended to build it, but I just couldn't find the right lot with the epic driveway that we have here in Bridlington Bay on this 64 by 64 lot. It doesn't take up the entire lot, so there is, you could probably put it on to a smaller one, but it is meant to have a lot of grounds and be very majestic, and we've kind of made it so you can access the beach and everything, so I think it fits quite nicely in here. There are a lot of debug items that I kind of went deep into. I was like, I need a little bit of debug, and then 5 minutes later my whole back garden is covered in debug objects, and you're just like, oops. So we have this very fun, well, it's not fun, but we have a angled garage because I thought that would be interesting. We put it on an angle so it's a little bit off from the main house. It's a newer addition, and I'm using a lot of hedges in this build as well because it's something fancy fancy homes have. So I was like trying to work out how to, what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little hedge garden in the back as well, and have archways and all fun stuff. And I wanted to incorporate the game's driveway into having our own little carport thing as well. So we don't use the same brick as the actual driveway in the game, but we do have our own version. And I was trying to find a door to fit on this, and I wanted a nice big colourful door, but also one that would look old enough as well. So we've gone with this base game. I think it was in one of the updates for Christmas or something like that, and we went there in the nice green colour, so it brings a little pop of colour. And then getting in our driveway, our stonework, and we actually put a debug mini driving into the driveway as well, which I thought was quite fun. I managed to get it like over the edge of the lot so it kind of fits in quite nicely. And we've got a lot of pathways around this house. It's very formal and a little bit more structured, as though it's like a proper old country house. And we're going to use some Discover University windows as well, because I keep forgetting about these windows. They're quite nice and big, and they have the detailing around them as well, so I thought it'd be quite nice. So we're going for a quite dark house, which is a little bit of a contrast between how bright everything is around it, and especially in the afternoon light. And we've got lots of fireplaces as well, and we actually use those inside. So every spot where there is a fireplace outside, there is one inside as well. That one I completely missed and did it like a tile away from the house, which is always fun. And I was trying to find other windows as well, because I wanted to have a feature window above the front door and have some sort of point of interest on the house. So at the moment we have this circle one, and then this other Discover University one, which actually changes out for the cats and dogs one that has the three bits to it, this little arched one, which I think fits the build a little bit nicer. And it has some different coloured it's a completely different colour, and the wood panelling at the back as well changes, because I was like, I don't want to add anything modern on here, especially what I found in the debug menu, which is what an object, it's so good. And I can't believe I've never found this before either. I was just like, damn, that is good. And we're gonna do some dark brick as well, inspired by our chimneys. So we've got 4 big cats and dogs chimneys, and I can imagine pumping out a load of smoke in the winter time, everything getting colder, and all the autumn leaves are coming. I went for a nice autumn walk this week as well on the heath, and that was super nice, and all the trying to get some really cool autumn pictures, and actually having some like turning up the contrast and everything so it looked even more autumn than normal. And it's just like all the leaves falling off, all the old cobbled streets and everything. Oh, it was so good, so pretty, because you need to go out and get some good Instagram autumn pictures when you have the time to. So with the bricks, we actually mixed it up with some older bricks in the centre of the house, as like that's the original bit, and then we've got some of the cottage living ones to on the bits that stick out as some still old bricks but not as old as the other ones, and they're in different similar tones but different colours and textures and stuff. I think the older ones are the city living ones, and then we've got the country cottage living, and then we've got these nice garden areas in between our hedges just to make it look as though they've got very established borders, and we've got some like topiary ones as well to line the house. We're going to put a little porch on the front of the house as well, so when it's raining you don't have to the guests don't have to wait in the rain. We're going to have a natural pond here, which I made at first way too shallow and then way too deep and I was just like oh, the pond tool, I don't know why I just struggle bus with it so much. And I had to paint the terrain as well because the water that I picked was quite see-through, so still very green underneath, and I was just like, this is like the darker one, why does it look so green? So gave it a little bit of get a little brush of the terrain paint and just adding in bits and pieces. We add a little debug plank like boardwalk thing as well. I think it's a cats and dogs one, so it's probably about in the area, so just to tie everything in. We're going to put a path down the side as well, so you can definitely get to all the bits and pieces of the garden, and trying to smooth it out as well because the lines on here were very like severe, like a sheer drop into the pond. I was like, it's probably not that appropriate to have a sheer drop into our pond. And then this is our little shelter area. I thought it'd be quite nice to have the posts inset from the edge as well, so it looks a little bit more interesting, and we've got a little bit of a overhang as well, so it doesn't look too weird, but I think it adds a nice little bit to the front of the house. And we've got that fountain as well, making a little mini roundabout at the front, so you kind of have to drive around it, even though we've got like the water feature, and you can see how much I did in the back garden as we jump inside. So I found this really epic like spring pagoda thing, and I was just like, that looks perfect for the back. So that we'll see more of that when we get into the garden. But downstairs we have 4 rooms, and we have I think 5 rooms because it's a bathroom. But this is our kitchen, and this is at the back of the house. We've got some old like bricks to go on the walls, and we're going for this dark blue colour, but also having our like country-esque kitchen, not quite full cottage living kitchen, but we are using the sinks because they are epic sinks. But I wanted to have still an old feel, but having a little bit of a more up-to-date version of it. So we're going to have a island which is going to have our stovetop on it, and then we're going to have the oven off to the side. So we've got a microwave, we've got our big double Belfast sinks, and we have a dishwasher as well. It really annoys me with some of these island ones that the interesting bits with the shelves and stuff are like inside the counter, because they have a strange view on what people actually want from their counters, where all the things are on the other side. But we shall live with it. And the rooms downstairs are huge, huge, massive rooms. So we have a 6-seater breakfast table in here, and I thought go with a round one as a bit less formal, and we had some nice fluffy comfy seats as well on there, and we've got the fireplace as well, so when it's winter you can put the fireplace on, and it looks, we've all got like brown fireplaces, and then upstairs we've got like the white ones, so there's lots of white furniture to match, like to contrast with all the colourful wallpapers. And well, they're not colourful, they're like solid colours, but the colours are a bit more like out there. We have a little pumpkin patch outside because I was like, we need some autumn vibes in this build because I'm not going to build a spooky one, so it's like definitely autumn vibes. And then we've got these nice big chunky pieces in here with all the plates and bits and pieces, so we had to scale that one down because that one is always so annoying if you're using the lowest height walls, because it's always just that bit too high with the plates on top, and then at least it scales down. Alright, that is one thing. And then just putting some poster, little pictures, and we got the thingy board, the parenthood board as well, because it's always fun. And just throwing in a few bits and pieces. We also have a little pop of yellow in this room from the sink inside, and the stove, as the oven as well, because I thought the yellow of the sink is quite nice, and it goes with the blue, the dark blue as well. So that's something we have. We have obviously got our obligatory cups and drinks tray that must appear everywhere. And then next door we have this lovely peachy pink room, and this is going to be our formal dining area, and we've got a bar tucked away in the corner. We're going to have a old retro vinyl player in here as well. So I was trying to figure out what colour to go in this room, whether we're going white, but I actually decided to go the dark brown colour in here. So this is a bit more dated, I would say, in this room, which kind of goes with the house. There's some rooms that are a little more dated, other rooms that are a little bit more modern, and then I was like, we need a grand piano in this house. This house is definitely a grand piano house, especially when I start putting in some the grandfather clock and the suit of armour as well, which is always, you know, it's a fancy house when you're whipping out the suit of armour to be in your build. So we have our big, like, 8-person dining table, so very good for having parties and dinner parties in here. I haven't actually played The Sims properly in ages, and I really should, because I do like doing a let's play, but there's like nothing like cottage living. I was way too late to do, and then I got bored because it was just like it was just a bit and everyone I'd already seen everything anyway, so I was like, I can't think of anything to do a new let's play with. I think paranormal one was the best. That was the most fun that I've had for a while in the let's play. And then we've got this going back to our build. We have a nice little plant corner, we've got some seating as well, we've got bookcases about, so we've got some nice dark, deep coloured furniture, which kind of goes quite nicely with our lighter floorboard. And then I thought it'd be quite nice to bring in some reds and blues and stuff just to tie everything in with the nice big Get Famous rug. And I was trying to find a light to go in here, but we've got this nice big small chandelier. We've got a big chandelier in the actual hallway, which is a little bit of a showpiece of this house. And then this is our formal living area. So we have our piano, we're going to have these more modern sofas. So this is kind of like still being traditional, but also having some modern bits. We've got the nice fluffy rug as well in here, and it's just going to be a bit more bit more muted, a bit more subtle in here, except for the piano, of course. But it's a sort of place to have a chat, have a drink, just sit and be calm. We've got bookshelves in here as well, which I was trying to mix and match, but it didn't really work very well with the different tones. Every single white being a different tone, because obviously it's all a different tone. So just having the two bookshelves next to each other, and with one with the lighter inside, one with the black inside, and then we've got a easel in here as well, because I thought they would somewhat a skill room. I wanted to be a little bit more multi-functional, and then around the corner from the fireplace was a good place to hide a light. And then we've got the fitness stuff pictures, because I thought it'd be quite nice just to dot those around in its different guises. And then I was trying to find a big sort of a painting to put here, but nothing was really working, so I was just like, we'll put that there. Actually, we put the big one though, because it needed something big and long to go there because of the space. But it's not an overly like cluttered room, but it's nice and cozy. And then in this strangely coloured blue, purpley blue room, we have our family room. So this is where the TV is, and there's a desk as well with a laptop, and then we've got one of the sectional sofas as well. So it's a proper family space, and you can chill, relax. It's at the back of the house as well, so it's kind of a bit more secluded. You got views out to the back as well, and I thought it's just a nice contrast from all the other rooms in the house, because you need a good space like that just to chill. And we got some family pictures, holiday pictures from the spooky scary mountain. They went to Forgotten Hollow on holiday, and that's where they've got their money from. Oh, that would be a storyline. That'd be a storyline and a half, just to have a Sim family being like, where did they get their money from? They went on a holiday to Forgotten Hollow and came back like looking fabulous and somewhat de-aged, and you're just like, oh, vampires. It reminds me of I went to see Venom the other day, and they had the Morpheus trailer, and I was just like, I'm so in debate about that movie so much. Morpheus, that is. Venom is amazing. Go see it. Definitely go see it. And it's just Jared Leto puts me off so much for that movie. I don't know why. It's just like he is an odd man, and I think you either like his stuff or you don't like his stuff, and I don't think there's much of a in-between. I don't think there's much of an in-between. Like, you either don't like him or you do. And I think his stuff with the Joker and all those rumours and stuff, it's just like, meh. A bit meh. But yeah, Venom was good. I also I've seen James Bond as well. That was a bit long. That was a bit long of a movie. But it wastes an afternoon, doesn't it? It's good to get back to going to the cinema, because those two, it's like been like probably 2 years or something since going to the cinema properly, which sounds insane, but we did have some insanity going on for the last 2 years, so it is understandable. But yeah, it's good to be back. I'm excited for Spider-Man now because of post-creditness that I probably won't say, because you should go see it. Or go look it up on YouTube anyway. But it is exciting, especially to see what is going to be happening in the main MCU stuff, because I haven't seen Shang-Chi and I haven't seen Black Widow either, because I don't know, I was just not in the mood. Really not in the mood for seeing anything. So I was just like, it's good to get back into some stuff. Get back into Marvel with some familiar things. I don't think I'm quite ready for some new stuff. It's like with the Internals as well. I'm just like, this doesn't really bother me. It's like, whereas Spider-Man and Venom and Doctor Strange coming off, it's just like, yes, please give me more. And Thor as well. I think, yeah, I'm just not ready for new. I like my old stuff, which is probably bad and closed-minded, but I'll get around to them eventually. So we have literally furnished the entire master bedroom, which is grey, and we have this little wardrobe at the back and other little vanities and bits and pieces, and it has its own ensuite as well. It's a very spacious, calm bedroom. We've tried to reflect the see-through, like translucent curtains on the bed to the curtains on the walls as well. And then we're going to do the complete opposite in this kids' room, which is going to be way over the top and have the paranormal curtains that have the little drapey bits in them. We've got like enough space to put a tent in here and playhouse and all sorts of exciting things. This is a proper like rich child's bedroom right here. They've got like everything they would ever need and a fireplace to burn themselves on. Yeah, that's probably not a good idea to have a fireplace in the kids' bedroom, especially, yeah, just go around like poking the fire and burning the house down, as what a child would do, because that is what they're like. Well, some of them. But we have a mix of like purple, it's got like the dark green, so we got this dark coloured furniture mixed with the purple that goes with the bed, and they've got like their shoes next to their school bag. They've got oddly I put the Apple clock in here. I don't know why. I was just like, we need a clock, Apple clock, because that's the never use the Apple clock. And then we've got this like little making corner, and we've got little fairy lights as well. We've got the happy version of the mirror, even though my favourite version is the crying one. The crying mirror is just sames. It's just, and it's a mood, and it is the best. Well, it's not the best mood. No one wants to be crying all the time. It's not fun. It's exhausting. But it is a mood in The Sims, so we can allow it. And then we've got these curtains from Paranormal. I wanted some purple ones. I'm so surprised they didn't have proper deep purple ones, and all the curtains were not sitting at the same height. This is the problem with this house. Half the curtains were so hard to place because they just didn't sit right on the frame, and it's so annoying. And this is our big family bathroom, which is huge. It's probably its own bedroom in itself, but we have enough room to put the corner tub. We've got a shower that's behind the little window, and we're going to have the same counters that we've got in all the other bathrooms, which are the fancy ones, and we're just going to make it look nice and clean, white. I keep doing white bathrooms. We do have like a browny grey on the floor, which kind of saves it a bit, brings in a little bit of colour, but I need to stop doing white and black bathrooms. It's becoming a problem. I should have gone coloured, but we do have some tiles in here, and we have the bricks as well, which I think is quite nice. And we've got the brown on the door and on the window frame as well, and we do have a nice rug. Did the other two bedrooms off camera because they were just another double bedroom, but this is our outside, which are these draping things, and then I found these archways and I put the wisteria up them using these objects, and I was just like, oh, it's so cute. I love the outside of this house. And then we've got this pagoda, which is a really nice seating area. We're going to put flowers around it, but it's the same type of flowers that we've done before, so I cut that I cut that bit out. And then I had the most trouble in the world with these stupid lights that never turn the right way ever. Even using the keys, I was just like, why can you not? Please. It's like me spinning around for like 5 minutes trying to get them to look cool, but I think it looks nice at night. And we got these little jars with the candles in, and then we've got our little vegetable patches. So we've got aubergines, we've got lettuce, we've got pumpkins, and we're gonna have some kids equipment, which we're actually gonna move the climbing frame because that's in the way of our garden as well. And then I did debate getting out the ball pit, but everyone hates that object, so I was like, yeah, we can leave the ball pit. And we have the overgrown well. I did think about putting the koi carp pond in there and making it like a rock feature that went into the natural pond, but I actually just like the pond by itself and kind of having that as its own thing. And then this is our formal garden area, which we're going to use some fences with, and we're going to put some red trees in. And I've dotted about the place some of the debug grass from cottage living just to add a little bit of texture onto our thing, and I just think it makes it look a little bit more realistic. And then we're going to do some nice blues and purples in our little formal garden area. We've got this nice red tree, and we're just going to put a seat in here, so it's a pretty like non-functioning garden, but it's a nice feature in the garden. We've got the nice seat at the back there, and then we've got a few bits and pieces in our garage which has the cars. We're gonna have some boxes in here. I haven't put laundry in here, so if you wanted to add laundry you could probably put it in here. And we've just got our robot making thing, we've got our woodworking, we've got a bike, the football, the boxing thing as well, the water balloons, and a few bits and pieces just as decoration. We've got like ventilation, and we're going to put some pipes up as well. We've got some gardening equipment because I imagine that they would probably have a gardener just to keep everything looking pristine. And you could probably change out the planters that I put in and actually put in some proper ones if you wanted to, or make a veggie patch somewhere. And that is our build. So we'll jump into the screenshots, and we can see the little Mini driving up into the garage. And then here's the full layout. We've got the little fence off into the path off to the beach as well, off to the other side, which is quite nice. And then we have got an extra balcony upstairs if you wanted to add anything else. So here is the front, and we got the mailbox hidden inside the post. Here is our entranceway, which is very grand and symmetrical, and we've got our formal living room with our piano, very white, extremely hard to keep clean. And here's our downstairs bathroom, which is not shown because it's like, There's our TV room with our desk and everything, bookshelf, a few chairs, the other way of looking at the entrance hall, and our kitchen with our breakfast end, which this shot is quite nice to look at. And then we've got the little bits and pieces over the fireplace as well, which I think is quite nice. And then we have our formal entertaining dining space, which is very brown. It's a very brown room. And then we've got our master bedroom, the creepy picture. Should have been cherry, really, just to be even extra creepier. That's our grey master bedroom, our kids' bedroom, which is very colourful and purpley green, which is not a colour combination I normally do. And then our family bathroom, which I forgot a curtain on, which is typical. Always forget something. There's our pink, like teen bedroom, which is very pink and grey, but it kind of works nicely. I am not offended by it. And then we got our purple guest bedroom, even has drinks tray in here. They've got very big built-in wardrobe as well. This one's quite nice. And then our back garden. Oh, I love that view so much. So I hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, feel free to give it a like, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. I will leave you with the rest of our screenshots. Bye.